season, and you don't have that this year because they still in high school. Do you have some of that last year losing out, just communicating with each other?
Man, at the end of the day, I just think it was all new for us as a staff together, different personalities. Having to have my personality in the room, which is different. But at the end of the day, man, no, we've always been able to communicate with one another. Game day, obviously, there's always some attrition and stress on game day, but that comes with it. But I think we do a good job of communicating, man. We just got to continue to be the best assistant coaches, obviously, to help Wes be the best defensive coordinator he can be. And so I think it's been great. And I think Coach Sweeney has done a really good job of challenging us as a staff to be the best version of ourselves, to get better in different areas of the defensive game.
I guess we talk a lot about Rook and Tyler, kind of those top two guys. With Payton Page, how has he improved maybe to kind of close the gap with those two guys?
Well, Payton, when he got here, was almost 400 pounds. He's done a really good job of taking care of his body. He's done a really good job just off the field, just being locked in the classroom. And so, education matters to us. I mean, how you do anything is how you do everything. And Payton done a really good job just being accountable. And I know that's going to show up on the field. He's worked really hard, in terms on his body, just to remain healthy, his flexibility, his strength. He just got a different look in his eyes this year. And so I know he's going to have a really great season. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do. And so those guys like, Payton Page, Tre Williams, and DeMonte Capehart, the guys that have been here for about 2 years, man, those guys are what's going to take us to another level, those three guys right there. And so I'm excited, man, to have the opportunity to coach them, as we start camp and look at their development. But I've seen it already in the weight room.
Tre Williams is a guy who, is it just the ability about with him, just how
Tre is one of probably the most explosive, athletic defensive linemen that we have in the room. And so, Tre just faced some adversity with some injuries, but he's always come back. And that's the thing that I've told Tre when he's experienced injury, because being hurt, it sucks. Nobody, no player likes to be sucked. I hated being hurt when I tore my Achilles, so I've been there before, so I understand. And so, but I've always told him and say, hey, Tre, man, you're born to be the comeback kid, because he's experienced a lot of adversity, but he always comes back. And so he's coming back, and just truly excited for him. But, he's another a guy that has a different look in his eyes this year, and he's really, really focused. And so I'm just praying for just great health across the defensive line, because these guys are going to be great.
You say a different look in their eyes.
Yeah.
You mentioned that the defense as a whole is just playing with a chip on its shoulder in practice. How is that coming through in what you're observing from just their personalities?
When I say a different look in the eyes, man, it's just more so in the actions. How they're approaching the weight room, how they're approaching the classroom, the time they're spending trying to, in the castle here to help their bodies just, recover and develop, and stretching, yoga, etc. They've put a lot of time into those areas of their lives, and as well as just mentally and spiritually as well. And so, guys mature. You come in here, you're a 17, 18-year-old kid. You can see some of the level of immaturity for some guys, but these guys are going to their third year, and you can see the change. I've seen the change drastically from last year, this year. But that starts with me as a coach. I got to challenge my players to be the best version of themselves, because they're still young kids. They don't know. I'm a 43-year-old man that's had a lot of experience, and so it's my job to help them be the best version of themselves as well.
Nick, you talked about connecting with these guys on a life level. You had a lot of that, especially in your position last year.
Yeah.
How difficult was it to get through some of the things
Yeah.
that happened? And how has it benefited some of these young guys?
It was difficult. You speak of the Brian Brzee situation with his sister. That opened up a lot of old wounds for me because I lost my mom to breast cancer. But at the same time, I was a 30-year-old man when I lost my mom. I wasn't a 19, 20-year-old kid who was having to watch his 14-year-old sister, 15-year-old sister, battle cancer. And so that's a different perspective. And so I empathize with that, while at the same time trying to coach him to be the best version of himself, while at the same time trying to mentor him and pray for him and try to lead him through that situation. And so when you're close-knit like our room is, man, we all felt that pain that he experienced. And so that was really tough for us, but we fought and got through it. And I think what helped us fight through it is watching Ella fight through it. And so, I spoke about that the other day. You know, sometimes when I feel tired, don't feel like working out, don't feel like going, man, I remember her walking, coming to our ladies' clinic. I remember her being here at our games, coming to our practice, continuing to fight through it. And so she gave us strength. Even though it was tough to watch our battle cancer, Ella gave us all strength. And so for us, man, that's just, this place is just so special, because our foundation is built on Christ, and that's what makes us different. And I'm not saying that we're the only organization, the only school that, speaks about Christ, but I'm a Clemson Tiger, and that's what I feel here. And so that's what helped us get through those tough times last year when we dealt with that. And so I think we did a good job of just coming together, being there for Brian and being there for his family. And, it's life. And so I think for me that I've experienced so much adversity in my life, it's allowed me to be able to lead in those situations. And I truly feel like God placed me here at Clemson during this period of time in my life to go through that, to help Jeremiah Trotter, who lost his mom as well from breast cancer. It was a difficult situation, but I'm in a situation where I can actually talk to him. He knows that I can relate. And so, when you're trying to mentor someone, they're more probably, persuaded to listen to you when they know you've been there and you've done that,
Nick, Clemson is a unique place.
Yes.
Right? It's not for everybody.
No.
You guys don't want everybody. How difficult is it when you say, you know what, we can get these
Yes.
10 5-star
Yeah.
guys all on our team if
Right.
we but
Right.
we don't want to do
Right.
that. We want to build it our own way.
Yeah, man, we're just looking for kids that are just looking to be developed as young men, on the field, that's looking to get a great education, that's looking to find great life skills, and win a championship while you're here. And that's what makes this place neat. Yeah, we're going to challenge you in the classroom. We're going to challenge you in the weight room and all the areas of football on the field. But at the end of the day, man, we care about you as we want to see you be successful businessmen, be successful family man, successful husband. Yeah, NFL is a part of that, but it's not all about that. Everybody's not going to have an opportunity to go play in the NFL. And so, like, at the end of the day, what's most important, man? What's most important is who you are as a man and what you become, from that. Not about, if you're going to go to the NFL or not about your stars, because at the end of the day, we've had a lot of guys that have been 2 and 3 stars that have come in and been great. I wasn't a 5-star when I got here. But I had a long career. I had a successful career here at Clemson. I had a successful career in the NFL. I coached in the NFL, and obviously I'm here now as a defensive run game coordinator and defensive tackle coach at a Power 5 school, one of the best universities in the country. So, like, at the end of the day, man, I try not to make sure that I get caught up into the stars, man. I'm just trying to find kids that have the right fit. Now, with that being said, I want you to be humble. I want you to want to earn things in life. But at the end of the day, I do want, when you step on the field, I want you to be mean. You got to have that switch, kind of like the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. And then when you come off the field, man, you're a humble human being that's looking to help people, that's looking to get better, that's looking to, earn an education.
And some on the outside, they want to pick at Clemson. You don't use the portal all that much.
Mm-hmm.
No junior college.
Absolutely.
Guys, things like that. And yet, you guys are defending ACC champions.
Absolutely. We're not, at the end of the day, we want to build our team from high school kids. You don't want kids coming here and every time you look around, man, they're seeing things in the news about us, getting in the portal, trying to find guys in the portal. And so that's why it's important. That's why our recruiting process is the way it is, right? We take our time. We're always last to offer kids, but we want to do our due diligence. And so that offer, it means something when you get an offer from Clemson. We're just not handing out offers all the time. And I'm okay with that. Because, Coach Sweeney, that model has allowed us to be successful and consistent over time. And that's what it comes down to. We're not just one-hit wonders, but we have a level of consistency of winning here at Clemson. And so that's why I'm excited about that. Every kid's not a fit, and the ones that are, we'll get the players that we need to win, and the ones we don't get, we don't get. And so that's why I got to be the best coach I can possibly be, so I can get kids here that I can develop, to be, great football players and ambassadors for this team.
Coaches talked about professional development. Is that something you do? Do you bounce ideas off of other coaches?
Absolutely. I just think, like, at the end of the day, no matter what profession you're in, especially in coaching, man, you can never be comfortable and think you have all the answers. I mean, there's always room for development, as a coach. And so, man, I challenge myself every year to attend coaching seminars. And sometimes that's not always with high school coaches. It's not always the NFL coaches. There's some really good high school coaches that are out there. that I've learned a lot of football and technique and fundamentals from. And so, like, at the end of the day, I think that it's really important not only to develop myself to help me be a better technician and a teacher, but also to be a leader, you know. And so I make sure that I'm trying to develop myself as a leader, whether that comes down to reading books or whether that comes down to going to leadership, conferences, et cetera. And so praying, praying and fasting, going to church. And so all those things help me to become a better leader. And so I'll continue to do that. We have an opportunity. We win the national championship next year. I'll start over and continue to try to challenge myself and to make sure that I can become the best coach that I can be so I can lead my players.
Who are some guys, not football coaches, who have impacted you or that you've learned the most from?
Like at the end of the day, my uncle, who's my pastor, Julian Holland, he's just been an inspiration to me. He's kind of like more of my brother because my mom had me at a young age and my grandmother raised me, so I was in a home with him. But he really installed in me just how to work. We would, push. We had a push lawnmower. We would cut the grass 4 or 5 acres at a time in the hot sun, and that's where I learned how to work at a very young age. And so I'm just really, truly grateful and thankful to him. I'm thankful to my grandfather, Bishop James Holland, who was my pastor before my uncle became my pastor, and his wife, which is my grandmother, Betty Holland. And so, my grandparents are now going on to be with the Lord, man. But I am just truly thankful for how they taught me to just be humble and be thankful for the little things that I have in life. And I'm so grateful for the little pink house that I grew up in. I've shared that on social media, and I have a picture of that little pink house next to my desk just to remind me where God has brought me from. And so that no matter what I accomplish and no matter what title I receive, like at the end of the day, man, it's going to come down to, what matters to God and how I treat people, because at the end of the day, man, characters is how you treat people that can do nothing for you. And so that's what matters.
All right, time for one more question.
Yes, sir.
I guess in terms of the depth of defensive tackle, obviously West is going to have a say in this in terms of like 3 defensive tackles on the field at the same time.
Right.
But do you feel like you have the depth, the versatility to play more of those fronts with 3 defensive tackles?
Absolutely. I think that we have the depth to do a lot of things up front. We have packages where we play 3 defensive tackles, we play 2 defensive tackles. And so, man, when you have the depth and the athletic ability and the talent that we have in the room, you can do a lot of multiple things. And and like I said earlier, I think Wes is going to do a good job of putting our guys in the best position to win. And so we got the depth and the talent in our room to win.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yep.